Hi, so we're going to be discussing natural looking veneers and run through some of our signature cases that we've done recently. So if we start off by showing you a full map transformation, this is one of our lovely patients, Malika, who's more than happy for us to share with you how we carried out her case. This is how she presented. Didn't like the way her teeth looked. She complained that people used to think she had a missing tooth because of this tooth here that's in standing. You can't see it very clearly on this image, but the tooth was completely inside her arch. So how do we deal with a case like this? Well, there wasn't much space there, so the first thing that I said we need to do is do some orthodontic treatment. So we did some braces, which went on for, I would say, 6 to 9 months, just to straighten the teeth, because I'm not a fan of doing veneers to straighten teeth. I'd rather straighten the teeth first and then do the veneers, especially when the case is quite bad in the sense of the tooth was really quite in standing mouth. So some people would say, oh, you could do this with veneer straight away by cutting some teeth and also making a really thick veneer, but we don't do that. It doesn't look nice. And also we've got to think the person's very young, so they've got to keep these teeth for the next 30, 40 years. So I want to give a result that's going to be long lasting and also very little chance of anything going wrong. So that's how we started, and that's the end result. So after a period of braces, we then proceeded to do full mouth ceramics. Now, these ceramics, as most people know about me, are all non-preparation. We didn't cut any teeth. We used the braces to get the teeth into the right position so that we were able to do a completely non-preparation case. What we also did in this case is we opened the bite up slightly because the person had grinded down the teeth quite a bit. So we had to open the bite up. So we did what we call some onlay veneers at the back, and those were in a slightly stronger material, so a lithium disilicate like EMAX style material. But all of the front teeth was all feldspathic porcelain, so it was all handmade porcelain. She chose quite a bright shade, OM2, but you can see here tons of texture, loads of beautiful translucency, and it's come out unbelievable. It's like one of our cases of the year. Very proud of this case because, again, we didn't have to cut any tooth. We built the teeth back up. I mean, if you look at the difference in the smile and the person's change, it's unbelievable. And we will share some pictures of the person smiling afterwards compared to the before, so you can see the sort of difference. So this is the case before and after. I'm going to share with you some of the smile shots. If you look at this smile shot from the side where the tooth was actually in standing. We pulled it out with the braces, and then we did some ceramics. This is OM2 shade, so it's quite a nice bright shade. I just want to share with you and that's on the other side, again, the ceramic work. This has been there for quite a while now, so it still looks spectacular. And how do we make sure these look really natural? Well, number one, very translucent veneers, again, all handmade, so they're layered ceramics, phosphathic. Color and shade we choose, but something we discussed with the patient. The underlying tooth color is also important because it will shine through the veneers, so we have to see what color that is and make sure we either block out the color or we whiten the teeth before we bond the ceramics. Texture is so important because that is what reflects the light. If you don't have any texture, they just look like Tic Tacs, so they don't look very natural at all. And then we've got polychromatic color, so from the top of the tooth it's more you've got more chroma, and then as you go down it gets more and more translucent, and there's loads of detail that the ceramics puts in here. I mean, it's probably done like 6 different layers of ceramic to get it to look this natural on the top and the bottom. And all the veneers we do are super thin because we don't want to give someone that look where their teeth are like they're pushing their lip out. So they're all like 0.3 to 0.5 millimeter in thickness. It's a misconception when people think thicker veneers are better. They're not. It's labs like to work with thick veneers. That's the truth. Most of the time they want a minimum thickness because it's easier, because most of the veneers are machined and they're just layered. We don't do any machined veneers. It's all handmade. So it's a different sort of art. And then if you look at the before and after pictures, it's like a spectacular difference for the patient. It just really has changed their life, and that's what we want to do. Ideally, we just want people to be happy and smiling and feel good about themselves without causing any damage to their own tooth structure.